Everyone's asking if now is a bad time to sell. But the real question is bad compared to what? Because waiting might actually cost you more. Hi, I'm Christina with Team K Real Estate, and I help homeowners protect their equity and make smart real estate decisions. Today, I'm going to walk you through 4 key things you should be thinking about right now so you can decide what actually makes sense for you, not just what the headlines are saying about selling your house. First, there's no perfect market, only trade-offs. Let's start here because this is where most people get it wrong. When interest rates are low, more buyers jump into the market. That sounds like a win, and in some ways it is. You've got more demand, more showings, potentially multiple offers. But here's the part that no one talks about. You also have more competition. More sellers list their homes at the same time, trying to take advantage of that demand. So now instead of standing out, you're just one of many. And buyers, guess what? They get pickier. They compare everything. Now flip it. When rates are higher, fewer buyers are actively looking. That can feel uncomfortable at first, like demand is shrinking. But here's the other side of that equation. Fewer sellers are listing their homes, so your competition actually drops. And when there are fewer options for buyers, the right home priced and positioned correctly can still stand out in a huge way. I've seen this firsthand. Homes that are well prepared and priced right are still moving, even when the market feels slower. So every market gives you something and takes something away. The goal isn't to wait for the perfect conditions because they don't exist. The goal is to understand the market you're in and use it to your advantage. Second, inventory always matters more than the headlines. And this is what most homeowners completely overlook. You'll hear things like the market's slowing down or buyers are pulling back. But here's the truth. Buyers aren't making decisions based on national headlines. They're making decisions based on what they see available right now in your area. So if a buyer is looking in your area or neighborhood, in your price point, and there are only a few homes to choose from, you still have leverage, even if the market overall feels very uncertain. Let me give you a simple example. If there are 20 homes for sale in your area similar to yours, then you're competing with 19 others. If there are only 5, now you're in a completely different position. Same market, different outcome. That's why I always tell sellers, stop watching the national news. Start watching your local inventory because that's where what your buyers are doing. And if the inventory is low, you may actually be in a stronger position than you think, even right now. Third, waiting does not guarantee a better outcome. And this is where a lot of homeowners get stuck. They think, let's just wait until rates drop, or let's wait until the market improves. And I understand that feels much safer. But here's what you have to consider. Yes, rates might improve a little, but what happens when they do? More buyers jump back in and more sellers do too. So now you've got more competition again. At the same time, home values don't always move in a straight line. They can level off or even soften depending on what's happening in your local market. So while you're waiting for the one thing to improve, someone else could be working against you. And here's the part most people don't even think about. Time itself has a cost. If you're holding onto a home longer than you need to, you're still paying a mortgage, taxes, insurance, maintenance. So the question becomes, are you actually saving money by waiting or just delaying a decision? Waiting feels safe, but it's not always strategic. Sometimes it just quietly costs you more money. And fourth, ask yourself the right question. Instead of asking, is now a bad time to sell? Here is the better question. Does selling now support my goals? Because real estate decisions aren't about the market, they are about your life. Are you trying to downsize, relocate, reduce expenses, free up equity for your next move? All those factors matter just as much, if not more, than what interest rates are doing right now. When you focus only on the market, it becomes emotional and it becomes reactive. But when you focus on your goals, it becomes strategic. And that's where clarity comes from. That's how you make a confident decision without second guessing yourself 6 months later. And at the end of the day, the homeowners who win in any market are the ones who understand it and make decisions based on strategy, not speculation. If you want to stay ahead of the market and protect your equity, make sure you subscribe. I share strategies like this every week so you can make confident, informed decisions. Don't just follow the market, understand it. I'll see you in the next video.